Right, hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to another Redmond Roundup, the show where we talk about all the latest LFC and football related topics right here on the show. People, if you are only enjoying the video, and remember, only if you enjoy the video, then smash a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get into today's Redmond Roundup. So Manchester United lose the Europa League to man like... Good evening. Unai Emery comes back and puts a shit in both Arsenal and Manchester United's face and does that to both of them. And I love to see it. You know what? The way this season's ended, and listen, I'm not even like laughing no more. I've done all my laughing to United fans. I feel sorry for you, United fans, and this isn't me trying to be patronising. When I mean I feel sorry for you, I genuinely feel sorry for you, because you know what? It's laughable now. You're not even winning trophies no more. Like, it's got to that point where you're not even winning. Like, this could be an Everton soon, where they just go proper shit, like what we did for a few years. Never won that much, but even still, through our crapness, we were still winning trophies. It was only until Jurgen Klopp came in that really started to change, and that's what Manchester United need to do, in my opinion. They need to get a new manager. I don't know how United fans have only just realised that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer may just be the problem, but it's one of them things. Listen, is that squad good enough to win the league? Probably not. But should it be doing better than what it is? Absolutely. You know, circumstances is the only thing that's got them in second place, with all due respect. And, you know, I'm not trying to say that as a salty Liverpool fan. I say that as an honest football fan. And to see last night a Villarreal team, and again, this is why all credit has to go to Unai Emery. He went into that game to play the way he did. He went into that game to absorb all the shots, absorb all the chances. He knows he's got a very good defence. Raul Albiol, man like Juan Foyth, Pau Torres, who's obviously class, all just dominated every ball that went into the box from United. There was the goal that they did get, they never even broke Villarreal down. It was a lucky little sort of scuffle within the box that Cavani got on the end of, doing things like bringing Mason Greenwood off after 100 minutes of the game, bearing in mind, Mason Greenwood was the best player. If you watch my watch-along, because I've done a watch-along to the game, that was the only player who was offering any sort of spark to Manchester United. And you know what? I've got to put some fucking respect on Mason Greenwood's name, because I don't think he had a very good start to the season. That being said, to see him now actually change into the player that he has, and he's really stepped up. He's getting goals, he's getting assists, and he's earned the right to play in that team. To see him being brought off when he's your best finisher and you need a goal, it makes no sense. And, you know, Mason Greenwood, if I'm him, I'm not happy. I'm really not. I don't care if I'm a youngster who has to earn his spot. I know what I was doing in that game. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was basically asking to lose the one final he actually got to. Ole, you got past the semi-final for once in your fucking life, and you couldn't even win the damn trophy. You got knocked out of the Champions League by a Turkish side who finished 14th, and then you can't even win the damn trophy. That realistic. I don't know why teams go into the Europa League when they get knocked out of the Champions League. It makes zero sense. But when you do, you better win the damn thing. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer never won the damn thing, man. Overall, well done to Unai Emery getting that last laugh. I had to talk about the little preview, and before I do move into the first news topic, shout out to the legend, the Spanish Kevin Hart, that is Alberto Moreno, mate. I call him the Spanish Kevin Hart because I don't think I've had a player who's made me laugh so much like Alberto Moreno. There was a video a few years ago when he was doing like a Christmas Secret Santa thing, and he had to give Coutinho a present. The way that he says he's like a Scout Spanish person. He went, Felipe Coutinho. And if you haven't saw the video as well, I'm gonna have to get it on the screen right now.
For all the fans of Liverpool, vamos, Man United, get out, Man United, get out. Vamos. You never won alone, siempre, Liverpool, my hand.
Just an absolute legend. Manchester United, get out, Manchester United, get out. Oh, mate. Alberto Moreno, you are my left back and I love you very much. So now into a little bit of transfer news. Ruben Neves is linked with both Liverpool FC and Manchester United for a reported £35 million. Very, very interesting. And let me tell you why this signing right here if we was to sign Ruben Neves, is interesting. What do I like about the signing, first of all? Well, I like the fact that he's good on the ball. That's always a good start. Also puts in a defensive shift. So is he a Klopp player? I would say you could easily get someone with that type of quality to adapt to our system. Another thing that you've got to be looking at as well, is he reliable? Because if you're bringing in Ruben Neves, you're bringing him in. And by the way, if I called him Ruben Diaz, I actually didn't mean that, but I might get their names mixed up a few times. I've done that when talking about them to me mates. But another good thing about Ruben Neves is reliability. Because if you're going to replace Gini Wijnaldum, you're going to need someone who can play fucking football. You don't want to sign another Naby Keita or an Oxlade-Chamberlain. You want someone who's going to be there. If you're going to get an Xbox, you want to be able to play the Xbox, you know what I mean? So I would say, oh yeah, and when I found out this news, this was a good thing. He's only missed one game since he's joined Wolves from Porto. And bearing in mind, one game through injury, and bearing in mind he plays in the Championship. So that's a lot of games of football. To miss one game through injury is rather impressive. And the last thing that I want to ask before I ask you the question whether or not you take Ruben Neves, he's 24 years of age, young player, good on the ball, got Premier League experience. And even though he might have had, because I think, you know, from watching Wolves, from what I have, they haven't had as much as a good season than previous years. But to write off Ruben Neves just because he's had one below par season, I feel like that would be a bit too unfair. So I am very interested to address the question, would you take Ruben Neves? After saying all that stuff out loud, I wouldn't be against it. And do you know what? Here's probably an unpopular opinion that you might disagree with. But I prefer Ruben Neves over Basuma. I think he's more proven. Not really that much cheaper, probably around the same price, and he's 24 years of age. So let me know what you would do in the comments down below. So with one player possibly coming into the team, we've got to talk about the potential exits. Liverpool have got that much deadwood in their team. They could build a wooden damn house, and it's one of them things where when you talk about the players who need to go, there is so many. But the rumours that have been surfacing recently is Divock Origi, and another name that I'm going to mention in a minute could be linked away with a move from Liverpool. Now, Origi, he could be leaving the club for in the region around 15 million. That's at least what we're going to be looking to coop for him. There's obviously clubs around Europe that are interested. No concrete interest from anyone specific, but it does not surprise me if we do see the ball start to roll for Divock Origi leaving the club. And I love Divock Origi, but you can see that Jurgen Klopp clearly doesn't rate him, or he doesn't have him in his plans in any way, shape or form. And Divock Origi's what, 25, 26? If you're going to get any money for him, it's probably going to be now. If you're going to get 15 to 20 mil, it's probably going to be now. And even still, I thought we were going to get less than 15 to 20 million. So that's one of them things. But the next player that could be possibly leaving the club, this is a little bit surprising. With the good form of Nathaniel Van Phillips as of late, it looks like Liverpool could be looking at that good form, or the heat, or the momentum that is behind the one, the only Nathaniel Van Phillips, and looking to cash in on that, man. I want to ask the question, with Liverpool possibly looking to sell Nat Phillips, bearing in mind when you consider the options we've got in that position, with Matip, Virgil van Dijk, Joe Gomez, Ben Davies, who's confirmed that he's going to be staying at the club, and Konate, who is going to be joining the club in the upcoming days. What does that mean for Nat Phillips? Where does he rank in that pecking order? And that's what I want to ask you. Because whether or not he leaves, I don't want him to leave. I'm going to assume 90% of the people watching this video do not want Nat Phillips to leave, at least after the story that he's just had. At least give him a chance to play a season of football. But where does he rank among them centre-backs? So let's just have a look. Verge is at number one, no doubt. Bearing in mind, everyone's got to be fit. Verge is at number one, no doubt. Joe Gomez, him and Matip can fight for number two, but we'll just say Joe Gomez 2 because he's fit, and then Matip number 3. Then you're left with Ben Davies, Konate, and Nat Phillips. I know people. Listen, Konate is undoubtedly a better player than Nat Phillips. I get that, right? But in my opinion, and this is only mine, it means nothing, I put Nat Phillips above Konate in the pecking order because I've saw Nat Phillips actually play a minute of football in the shirt that I support. I haven't saw him play, even though he went to the Bundesliga himself at Stuttgart and done a very okay job. I've saw Nat Phillips step up at Premier League level. I have saw he is not someone who lets the pressure get to him. He very much embraces the fact he is an underdog type of player and he hasn't got the greatest ability. But I love the fact he loves to defend and he will just throw himself in front of the ball. He saved us 6 points with goal line clearances over the dead end of the season. So for me, Nat Phillips goes above Konate. So the way I do it is Verge 1, Gomez 2, Matip 3, Nat Phillips 4, Konate 5, and then Ben Davies 6, because we haven't still saw Ben Davies play. Ben Davies is like a new signing in itself. So I am interested to see what the comments will say on this. I understand if you want to disagree with me, that's absolutely fine. Just let me know why in the comments down below. Do you think Liverpool should even consider selling Nat Phillips? Because also, for the people who might lean more towards wanting to sell him, they might think of it as, well, listen, Nat Phillips is what, 24, turning 25? He's had the best season of his life, and we're probably going to make the most money that we possibly can on a player like that right now. And with all the other centre-backs that we've got, it's a risk worth taking. I disagree. I feel like Liverpool are in the position where we're going to need about 6 centre-backs going into next year. But we're just going to have to see, and that's the one thing. Also, you've got Reece Williams, who's just entered the picture. Maybe Liverpool are excited about him. I don't know the behind-the-scenes stuff, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. Right, and then the last thing that I would like to talk about is managers galore. Managers leaving clubs, possibly joining clubs. The 3 managers that have been circulating the news rounds at the moment is managers like Antonio Conte, managers like Zinedine Zidane, Mauricio Pochettino's been linked with Spurs again. All these links are just crazy. Now, for those who don't know, yesterday, both Zinedine Zidane and Antonio Conte left their clubs. Antonio Conte, after winning a Serie A title with Inter Milan for the first time in like 10 years, and they've let him go. Well, it was a mutual agreement, and it was because Inter Milan basically have spent too much dough. Therefore, they can't be going out and spending too much more dough in this upcoming summer transfer window and actually have to let go of some of their best assets. This is something Antonio Conte just did not agree with, and therefore they've just both gone, yeah, mate, peace. And then Antonio Conte is dusted and he's looking for a new job. I've seen him linked with Spurs, which I think would be a disgusting thing to happen. He should not join Spurs unless he is obviously going to be backed. But why would you leave a club that is going to be selling players and not quite backing you because of financial reasons to then go to Spurs, who sacked Mauricio Pochettino? And on the topic of Mauricio Pochettino, what the fuck's going on? He's just joined PSG, fair enough, granted, he lost the league and whatnot. But mate, like, to sack him after, and even though he's not sacked, but to be linked back with Spurs, and PSG are obviously open to this if the links are being surfaced, it just makes no sense. First, Daniel Levy, you just should have never sacked the damn manager. And if you're Mauricio Pochettino, let me know in the comments down below, do you go back to Spurs? The only reason I even think about doing it is if I'm going to get backed. Other than that, I might as well just stay at PSG if I'm Mauricio Pochettino, but of course I'm not. And then Zinedine Zidane, that's another manager who is now without job. And when you think, you know, even earlier talking about teams like Man United, United fans, as I know there's quite a few people who watch this channel who are United fans, would you take or would you be open to the idea of someone like a Zinedine Zidane? I'm sure you would want someone better, but regardless, this is still a manager that has won 3 Champions League trophies. He's shown more good signs in his young managerial career than bad signs. He's shown a lot more than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in a much shorter space of time, but granted, that was at Real Madrid. So I just want to know, leave a comment with Conte, Pochettino, and, as if I forgot the last manager's name. What the fuck, man? Oh, and Zidane. Let me know, what club do you see them being at next season, because I think it's a very interesting one. But people, that has been today's Redmond Roundup. Hopefully you've been enjoying the videos. Yesterday I done a watch along to the game. The highlights are out from that watch along, so you can check that out. Or if you want to see my reaction to the England squad, that is also on the channel, as well as a Redmond Roundup. People, I told you, just because the season's over doesn't mean Hammers is. But anyway, thank you for watching this video, and love every single one of you for all the support that you've been showing. Big up the Redmond's army always. We like 42,000 subscribers strong. Let's get to 43 as soon as possible. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you all later. Peace out.